In this video, we'll be looking at the pose Rolling Panda, which is probably one of the most fun names in yin yoga. The pose does a little bit what it says on the tin. You sometimes have a tendency to roll out of the pose. So it's quite important that we respect our limits on any given day, and we also learn how to prop accordingly. And of course, hey, if you do fall out, it's only yoga. It's not the end of the world either. Okay, so Rolling Panda. Rolling Panda, we first access through threading the needle. So from a tabletop position, you're going to take one arm underneath the other arm and feed down onto the side of your face, the side of your head and your shoulder. Now, already straight away, there will be many people who can't achieve this, who can't get down this low. So you can take some props and experiment with feeding down onto the props. And this will begin to start this stretch, this spinal twist. So we've got a spinal twist going on here, and we're also opening up across the top of the bottom shoulder. So whether that be blocks or a bolster, maybe just something like a little rolled up blanket might be enough, or even just to make yourself a little bit more comfortable. That's quite pleasant being there. Likewise, if you need something under your knees, then go ahead and pop a blanket underneath the knees while you're doing this pose. Okay, so from this twisted position, maybe it's enough for you simply being here today. But for some people, you may want to start playing about with this other arm. So taking that arm somewhere overhead in thread the needle will begin to alter the sensations along your back. And for some of you, taking the arm all the way overhead with the palm facing out, or even taking hold of that bottom thigh, is going to help you get a little bit more rotation through that rib cage as you kind of roll that top shoulder up towards the ceiling. Now, for some of you here, you might already be starting to feel like you're toppling over. And if that's the case, just drop out of it slightly. So we don't want to be having to grip mentally or physically in this pose in order to sustain the twist. Again, if you are perfectly comfortable here and you feel like you'd like to play about with a little bit more stimulation, first of all, take the hand from behind your back, support yourself while you draw that leg out to the side. So the arm that's underneath, it's the opposite leg. And you might not be able to reach that foot. You could, if you wanted to, take a belt just to give you a little bit more stability with that leg out to the side, and take a hold of that belt there. And then maybe experiment with, so we're kind of using the counterweight there of holding onto the belt and the foot to get a deeper stretch into this twist. And if you can take hold of your leg, your ankle, or even your foot somewhere, then this is going to be the full pose. And with this, you may also be accessing a stretch into the hamstrings on the back of the leg. So again, if you take it too far, the tendency is to, that was a very loud clunk, to roll out of the pose. Please don't do this at home. However, if you find that place of counterbalance, then you get this wonderfully juicy stretch in this twist. Okay, and then to come out, sorry, one last thing to mention here is necks. So please keep that space around the neck. Okay, make sure that we're not causing any uncomfortable sensations in the neck. And again, maybe a little blanket underneath the side of the head might help with that in some cases. So we come out the way that we came in. We release the hand from behind us to support into the floor. Slowly, slowly move that leg back to your tabletop position. Slide, release that pressure from the top of the shoulder underneath. Slowly roll the neck. Come back to your tabletop position. And maybe you might want to take a little child's, or sort of a half child's if you like, in between to stretch out the spine, the lower back. And then we'll come through and repeat on the other side, finding where works for us on this particular side of our body. Okay, and then when you've done both sides, you may choose to take your rebound in a seated position, in Seiza, or in a cross-legged position, or you may want to slowly make your way all the way down to your backs for a Shavasana style rebound. Okay, so rolling Panda. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Namaste. Bye-bye.